Chapter 2. Surfacing. I open the door to a room of forgotten neglect. Immediately, the smell hits me. A warm, throat-clenching odor that causes me to gag immediately. I leave the door open for the smell to dissipate again. Walking around the dimly lit house, curtains shut and with a heavy, stowing breeze whispering into my ear, informing me of its delicate, yet immediate approach. I'm trapped in this house. Again. The floor creaks when I walk. I remember it waking my father and making it angry, so I just stayed in my room for fear of just not bothering him. Moved out to my mom's when I was 13. Mom wasn't a good parent either, letting me actively ruin my life as a horny teenager, getting into familiar, cruel relationships with people I shouldn't have. Neglect was better than abuse. That's what I keep telling myself. I keep telling myself that it's all just shitty luck. That I had awful parents, but I don't know why. Why did they have me? If they hated me or were indifferent to me, I must have been a difficult child. Why else would I be given punishments with belts and cigarette burns to my already tainted flesh? Why would I be neglected meals and comforts that the other children had? As my thoughts coalesce into yelling and pain, I look at the cupboards. I don't usually eat on Saturdays, but I think I deserve a snack, given the circumstance. But it's all expired or something I just can't make. I shake my head. At least I won't put on any pounds. I open the fridge. Booze, liquor, vodka. I'm not even shocked. I have to berate myself in my head not to stoop to his level. Drinking instead of confronting the relationship. There's some lemonade. I pour it into a glass and am immediately met by burning. My eyes water behind my scratched glasses as I spit it out over the sink. It was vodka with lemonade. The shock causes me to drop the glass. The shattering ringing in my ears and overstimulating me temporarily. Like all of my senses are waiting for someone to attack me for breaking something. I take a couple seconds to regroup. He can't hurt me. Before picking up the glass, I roughly put it in the overflowing trash can. There's tiny cuts all over my hand. Nothing new, I think to myself as I raise my arm warmer over them. I've never minded the feeling of blood pulsing out of my arms. If anything, I've come to enjoy it. Either as a kink with one of my fuck buddies or as a way to feel a shock to wake me up from my living nightmare. Like some blood off my fingers. The taste is warm, fine, and irony. Of course, I would never admit that I enjoyed the taste, coming off a lover's neck from when I'm getting railed or from my cattle prod to test if I'm not a fucking corpse walking around cuts. I'm stalling. I don't want to go into my room. I know it hasn't changed, but it's either that or get wasted. I go back into the room. The door is still wide, an unfinished start to a painful quest I must continue. I say I'm looking for a charger or checking for squatters. No. There's this need. This primal need to revisit my pain and look for something I did to deserve my life being what it is. The room is barren and cold. Even the breeze feels somehow colder, like a whisper from a scared child telling you to stop. It's just a bed, a crib, and a chair. It feels wrong just to imagine or describe it, but seeing it, feeling the fear of a young child hiding under the bed, not from a boogeyman, Krampus, home invader, but that child's own father, feels like a plumb bob in my stomach. I clench my left arm closer to myself. I just needed something to hold on to right now. I'm trembling, seeing the lack of toys or any enrichment. There's an old laptop, where my dad threw it away when he thought he broke it, so I pinched it from the garbage. It wasn't a gift from my dad, but more of a gift from fate to have a window into the outside world. Of course, naively, that's what it felt at the time. The laptop is broken, bricked. Not surprising at all. It was old by the time it was thrown out. Now it's nothing short of ancient. I check under the bed for my old stuffed animals, but there's nothing. I always kept it under there. There's still the old porn magazines. I remember confiding in myself, pretending I was the girl, being admired and loved, even if it was fake. On the crib, there's a Rubik's Cube, perfectly solved and untainted, not yet ruined by me. But a puzzle is the last thing that I want right now. But instead of finding warm nostalgia I wanted, like old websites, I went on that very laptop or comic books. I found nothing. The feeling of depression was something I've never felt before. Kind of vertigo where it feels like everything is spinning and your heart is enclosed in an iron maiden. Every step sends another spike into my guts. I have to take slow steps. I don't know why. Like I'm worried I'm gonna wake up a sleeping monster, but I'm all alone. All alone. I go to the sink, pouring some tap water. All alone. The thought doesn't leave my brain. Every syllable throbs in my head, causing pain. I take off my glasses, hoping to stop this hellish migraine, but to no avail. All alone. It doesn't stop, despite my pleas, begging it to stop hurting me. It just doesn't stop. That hellish voice, a deep amalgam of my own and my father's, screaming at me. All of my pain into one sound. All alone. I tell myself to shut up. I always do this, spiral into the past, and it's my fault. All alone. Tears rolled down my face, pics of pain, sorrow, and hatred, forming into soft droplets weeping out of my once innocent eyes. All alone. I opened the fridge. My thoughts of reason earlier were wiped out as I took a bottle with shaky hands, opening the cap and spilling it a little due to my tremors as I downed it. My non-existent gag reflex letting it down into my body with little protest. To drown whatever's inside me, but it doesn't work. But I drink and drink until the memory of the night is paused and reawakened the next morning. I open my heavy eyes and immediately hear it again. All alone.